one of the things na pinag-aaralan po sa kinematics when it comes to mechanisms ay ito pong velocity analysis, no? Tinitingnan natin gaano kabilis gumagalaw, tumatakbo yung mga links with respect to the other links or to the reference ground. Okay? And for that, we have here a slider crank mechanism as an example. In the slider crank mechanism shown, the angular velocity of link AB is 10 radian per second clockwise. Determine the velocity of the slider C in this position. Okay? Ito po, tinatawag na slider crank mechanism kasi po itong link AB ay umiikot, no? Siya yung tinatawag na crank. And then ito, we have a slider, nag-i-slide kasi ang back and forth. So, just imagine yung pong piston cylinder. Parang ganito na, ito po yung piston, tas ito yung connecting rod, and then this is the crank, and then ito yung crankshaft. So, para pong gano'n, no? Pag umiikot ito, okay, ito balik-balik. Okay, mag-reciprocate po yung slider na yan. Okay? Now, the problem says na yung angular velocity daw po, yung bilis ng pag-ikot nito, nung link AB, with respect to the fixed axis A, yun daw po ay 10 radian per seconds. And of course, dahil ito po ay isang mechanism, kung ano yung motion nitong link AB, that will affect the motion of the other links, especially itong slider. So the problem is asking for the velocity of slider C. So kung ito po ay gagalaw ng clockwise, siguro by logic, nakikita nyo naman, ito po mag-i-slide to the right. But the question is, gaano kabilis? Okay. Now, there are numerous ways of solving velocities, no, when it comes to mechanisms. But ito pong pag-aaralan natin ngayon is one of the quickest, no, and easiest way of analyzing velocities. Okay, we have here vector, resolution, and composition. Okay, let us say for example, meron po tayo ditong solid na body, to, no? And then let us consider 2 points within this body, point A and point B. Now, kung halimbawa po ay ito ay worded problem and then binigay sa problem yung scalar and direction ng velocity A. So, complete yung data natin sa velocity A. And if we also know the direction of velocity B, halimbawa ito yung direction ng velocity B, pero hindi given yung exact value ng velocity B. Alam lang natin yung kanyang direction, but yung scalar niya, di natin alam. Now, with the resolution and composition of vector velocities, mako-compute po natin yung velocity ni B. Paano? Ganito po. Ang first step is that you have to draw a line connecting these 2 points. Itong point na kinoconsider natin. So, from point A, papunta sa B. Okay. Now, second step is we do the composition. Paano po yun? Kinukuha natin yung component ni velocity A with respect to this line that we have created. Okay, paano yun? From the tip of VA, we will draw a line perpendicular to line AB. So, paano? Ganito po. Ayan. Okay? And makikita mo, yung portion ni VA, yung kanyang shadow dito sa line AB, yun yung kanyang component with the line AB. Ibig ko po sabihin ganito. Ayan. So, ito yung component. What we have done here is composition. Dine-compose natin yung VA, tinignan natin yung kanyang mga components. At ang importante makita natin dito, yung component ni velocity A with respect to the line AB. Okay, sir, bakit mahalagang malaman yung VAB? Kasi ganito po. Since this is a rigid body, okay, kung gaano kabilis gumagalaw itong point A in this line, sa line lang po na to, yun din dapat ang velocity ni B in this line. Kasi po, solid yan eh. Kung ito gagalaw pa kanan, edi ito gagalaw din pa kanan. Kung gaano ito kabilis, ganoon din ito kabilis. Ang ibig ko pong sabihin is this. Whatever is the value of this velocity, VAB, yun din yung velocity AB dito sa B. Equal lang po yan. Okay? Sa line lang na to. Pero pagka lumabas ka sa line, kagaya niya lumabas, iba na yon, magkaiba sila. But within this line, itong line of action na AB, same yon. Kumbaga, ito yung nagbibigay sa atin ng way na matransfer yung motion from A papunta dun sa B. Now, ang gagawin nating sunod na step is resolution naman. Okay? Kung ito, kinuha natin component, ito po, bubuuhin natin. I-resolve natin yung velocity B. Paano? Kagaya ng ginawa natin kanina, na gumawa tayo ng perpendicular line with respect dun sa line AB, ganun din po dito. From the tip of VAB, ay gagawa po tayo ng perpendicular line. Okay? And since we know the direction of velocity B, ito pong kulay pula, yung intersection itong perpendicular line and the line of action itong velocity B, okay, yun po yung magiging length ng vector natin, no? So from point B papunta dun sa intersection, that's velocity B. And that way, masosolve po natin to. Okay? So let us apply. Balik po tayo dun sa ating crank slider mechanism. Okay? Ganito po, no? Alamin muna natin gaano ba kabilis umiikot itong AB. Binanggit po, that's 10 radian per seconds. So, yung motion mula dito sa link AB, ipapasa niya dito kay link BC and then ipapasa dun sa slider. So mahalagang malaman natin gaano to kabilis itong velocity B. Ayan. First things first, you have to know na ito pong velocity B is tangential velocity. And that is always perpendicular to its radius. So kung umiikot po siya with respect to this axis, fixed axis A, naka-perpendicular siya doon. At ito po yung kanyang radius, 5 inches. Okay, paano po kinocompute ang velocity? Given angular velocity, we have discussed it already before, no? In mechanics, so we have here angular velocity times radius. So this is given, this is given. Ang angular velocity is 10 times the radius, 5 inches. So hindi na natin kailangan ng calculate dyan. 10 times 5, that is 50 inches per second. So this is 50. Okay, ngayon, para malaman natin velocity C, ang unang step na gagawin po in our method na resolution and composition, first thing is, you have to create a line connecting your points of consideration. Ang consideration po natin dito is point B and C. Kasi dyan mangyayari yung transfer of motion eh. So, hindi na pala natin kailangan gumawa ng line kasi meron ng line. Ito na nga. Okay? The next step is, we have to compute yung component ni velocity B dito sa line BC. At paano ginagawa yon? By drawing a perpendicular line. Okay, from the tip of VB hanggang doon sa line BC. So ito po yon. And mula dito sa point na to, papunta doon, that's VBC. At yan yung ililipat natin dito mamaya. Okay, pero alamin muna natin, ilan ba yung value nito? Kung mapapansin mo, meron tayo na buo ditong right triangle, ano? So, mahalagang malaman natin angle na to. Paano po yun? By using geometry, magagawa po tayo ng vertical line dito. If this is 30 degrees, this is also 30 degrees. Okay, yan po, no? We have already done it sa static, so I assume po na nakuha na natin. But you can also use yung medyo mahabang solution po ng geometry. But for shortcut, kung ano yung angle nito, yun din po dyan. Okay? At kung ano yung angle na to, ito naman po sabihin natin theta. If this is theta, dito naman sa kanan, this is theta. So, mahalaga palang malaman natin yung angle na to. So, paano po yun? Let us consider the whole triangle, itong triangle na to. And let us use siguro sine law. So, 5 over the sine of the opposite angle equals 9 over sine ng opposite angle. Paano? Ganito. 5 over sine theta, yun yung opposite niya, equals 9 over sine 30. So, pitutin natin sa calculus. So, 5 over sine alpha x. Ganyan po, no? And then, equals, alpha equals, tapos fraction, we have 9 over sine 30 degrees. And then, yan. And then, shift solve. Siguro, lagay tayo 20. Para lang kung mapabilis, no? Nagsasuggest tayo ng value sa calculus. Yun. So theta is equal to 16.13 degrees. So if this is 16.13 degrees, we can now do trigonometry para masolve po yung VBC. Okay? We can use sine. Okay? So yung VB, and then times the sine of 30 plus theta, makukompute natin itong VBC. So direct sub, 50 yung VB, sine 30. So, punta tayo ng calculus, press AC. So, 50 sine of 30 degrees plus 16.13. Ayan, press equals, we have That's it. 36.05 inches per second. So we now have VBC. Okay. Ito pong VBC, dahil itong point P and point C is on the same body, kung yan yung value ni VBC dyan, ganyan kabilis yung VBC sa point P, ganun din sa dito. Ayun, naililipat po yun dyan. Okay? Now, the next step na gagawin po natin is resolution. Ito ang ginawa natin dito, composition. Dito po, resolution. Okay? Just like what we have done here, na gumawa tayo ng perpendicular line to line BC, ganun din po dito. From the tip of VBC, gagawa tayo ng perpendicular line. Ayan. And since we know the direction of velocity C, alam na alam po natin ang direction ni velocity C. Itong horizontal, kasi slide po yan, magi-slide lang yan eh. So from point C up to the intersection ito, that's VC. Okay, so makikita na natin si VC, velocity C. At if this is angle theta, ito po ay angle theta din. So we can use trigonometry. We have here cosine, no? Velocity C, cosine theta, we have VBC. Or pwedeng ganito. Yung VBC na 36.05, di-divide natin dun sa cosine. So we have 36.05 over cosine of 16.13. Okay, that's it. Press equals. Ayan, meron po tayong 37.53 inches per seconds. And from the choices, that is A. I hope nasundan nyo po itong resolution and composition of vector velocities. The velocity of slider B at the instant shown in the mechanism below is 12 feet per second. To the left, determine the direction and scalar of velocity A. Okay? Ito po nakikita nating mechanism ay isang link tapos dalawang slider. No? So sabi ng problem, ito pong slider B ay mag-i-slide to the left papunta dito. At 12 FPS ang speed. So of course, by logic, ito pong velocity A ay pataas, upward. So sa choices, it's obvious, it's either C and D. Kaya lang, ano yung value? Yun ang gusto nating malaman, no? Paano po ito kino-compute? Okay? We have one of the ways po ng pagko-compute ng velocities in mechanisms, no? When it comes to kinematics, ito pong paggamit ng instantaneous center or IC. Paano po yung ganito po, no? Since let us say for example, we have a body, no? A rigid body. And let us consider 2 points in this body, let us say point A and point B. And sabihin po natin alam natin yung velocity A. It's a scalar value at saka direction. And then sabihin po natin alam din natin yung direction ni velocity B. Okay? But gusto natin malaman yung value niya. Paano po yun? Okay, ganito po. Ang ginagawa natin, hinahanap natin yung instantaneous center o yung instant center. Okay? Ina-assume po kasi natin na ang isang body ay pag gumagalaw, kagaya po niyan, may posibilidad na umiikot po siya at a certain point. Paano yung ganito po, no? Ang first step ay gagawin po, gagawa ka lang ng mga lines, mga perpendicular lines. Paano? Ganito. Halimbawa, velocity A. Magdodrawing ka ng perpendicular line. A line perpendicular to velocity A. Okay? Tapos habaan mo, extend mo. Ayan. Okay? Tapos itong velocity B, with this direction, gagawa ka naman po ng perpendicular line din. A line perpendicular to the direction of VB. Ganito po. Ayan. Tapos extend mo rin. Ngayon, kung saan po sila mag-i-intersect, kagaya yan, dito po nag-intersect, okay, yung point na yan po yung tinatawag natin na instant center or instantaneous center IC. Okay, ang ibig sabihin po kasi yan yung point kung saan itong buong body na to ay umiikot, no, seemingly turning around this point at this very instant lang. Kasi po, pagka gumalaw na yan, naiiba yung pwesto ng IC. Nagalaw din po yan. But kaya nga po tinatawag na instantaneous center. At that very instant lang. At this very instant. Okay. Now, ano po yung meron? Ganito po, no? Sa pamamagitan ng pag-identify kung nasaan ang location ng instant center, napapadali po yung pagsosolve natin, napapaigsi, no? Yung pagsosolve ng velocities ng mga points na kinoconsider. Okay, paano? Ganito, no? Alam natin na Kung halimbawa, ito po ay may angular speed, W. Alam po natin na ang pag-compute ng velocity ay WR, yung tangential velocity. Halimbawa, ang radius po nitong velocity ay from IC RA, tas ito ay RB. Para mo-compute yung VA, WRA. Yung W tina-times sa RA, W times radius, nakukuha mo yung velocity. Ganun po, no? At dahil dyan, kung halimbawa gusto natin computein yung angular speed, i-divide lang natin yung velocity doon sa radius. Okay, the same thing na gagawin po natin dito, si VV ay equal sa W times RB. Angular speed times radius equals tangential velocity. Okay? At kung sosolvin din natin si W, magiging VB over RB. Ayan. Since ito po ay parehas, no? They are turning at the same angular speed. We can equate this, no? Ibig sabihin, meron po tayong ganitong ratio and proportion. That's the thing. Pagka po na-identify natin yung location ng instant center, sobrang dali po dahil magre-ratio and proportion ka na lamang. No, hindi na natin kakailanganin pa yung mga components, yung mga x component, y component ng mga velocities. Wala na. Ratio and proportion na lang, no? Ng velocities and radii. Okay, paano? Ganito. Balikan po natin yung problem kanina. Sabi ng problem, si slider BI nag-i-slide to the left tapos with a certain speed, no? Given speed. Of course, by logical reasoning, ito po aakyat pataas. Siyempre, imposible bumaba yan, no? Kung bababa yan, mababali itong AB. So, pataas talaga yan. Okay? Now, we have to find first yung location ng instant center. Paano po nakikita yung IC? Ganito. Magdodrawing ka lang ng line perpendicular to the velocities. Okay, halimbawa, itong velocity B, naka-horizontal. So, ang perpendicular dyan, vertical. Tapos, habaan mo. Ayan, extend mo. Tapos, itong velocity A, since ito po ay naka-vertical, so, ang naka-perpendicular dyan is a horizontal line. Okay? And then, yung intersection ng mga lines na yan, ito yun. Yan ngayon yung instant center. Okay? And remember, kapag may instant center na tayo, ano po yan, no? Magre-ratio and proportion na lamang tayo. But, dun sa ratio and proportion, mahalagang malaman po natin yung mga radii, mga radius. Halimbawa, itong si A, ang radius niya, distance yung from point A up to IC. Okay? Ito po yung RA. Okay? Tapos, yung RB naman ay distance from point B hanggang dun sa IC. This is RB. And ito nga pong IC, ina-assume natin na at this very instant, ito pong link AB, okay, pati yung mga slider are turning, okay, seemingly turning at this point, at this very instant, okay, with this angular speed. Okay, so paano yung ratio proportion? Ganito po. Velocity A over radius A equals velocity B over radius B. Okay, so given yung velocity B, 12 fps. Okay, how about radius B? Kung titingnan natin itong radius B, ito po ay ito yung 3 feet, no? Kasing haba. So RB is 3 feet. For RA, ang haba po ni RA ay ito namang 4 feet. So RA equals 4 feet. Ayan. So okay na tayo. Direct sub natin dito, pwede na ho natin masolve si velocity A. So, velocity A is alpha x over 4. Okay, and then we have equals 12 tapos 3. By the way, pwede naman po itong i-manual dahil madali lang, no? But, sige, shift solve. Ayun, ang lalabas po, velocity A ay 16 fps. At sa choices ay yung po ay letter D, upward. Ingatan po kasi mayroon ding letter A downward, but it's upward. Okay, letter D. So, yan po, and I think ito po ang quickest way, no? The easiest way din ng pagsosolve ng velocity, yung paghanap po ng IC. Okay, sa iba pong libro, tinatawag yung instant center as the sentro. Okay? Pero okay din po tawagin siya na instant center. I hope nasundan niyo po yun. Bukod po sa positioning and velocity, no? Ang isa pa pong pinag-aaralan sa kinematics, okay, when it comes to mechanisms ay ito pong acceleration analysis, okay? And meron po tayong tinatawag na tangential and normal acceleration. We have to consider these two types of acceleration para po makita natin yung total acceleration ng isang body, no? Halimbawa, meron po tayo ditong link na nakapin dito po sa isang fixed joint, no? Ito po, okay? And sabihin natin, let us consider a point in this body, point A. Okay. Now, let us say na ito pong body na to ay umiikot, okay, with respect to this axis at a certain angular speed and angular acceleration. Okay? Ibig sabihin, magkakaroon po ito ng acceleration itong si A. Now, if we want to compute for the acceleration of A, ang una pong acceleration dyan ay itong tangential acceleration. Okay? At yun po ay palaging perpendicular to the radius, no? Or the distance ni A, yung line connecting point A at yung axis. Lagi po yung naka-perpendicular. Paano po yung kinocompute? Para po yung tangential velocity. Kung sa velocity ay radius times W, dito naman po radius times alpha. So that's the tangential velocity. Okay? Tandaan, naka-perpendicular po yun dito sa radius. Okay? Now, aside from it, meron po tayong tinatawag na normal acceleration. What is normal acceleration? From the word normal, ibig sabihin po ng normal, naka-perpendicular doon sa tangential. Okay? At paano po yun? Ganito, no? Every time ang isa pong object ay umiikot or turning at a certain reference point, meron pong acceleration na ang direction ay towards the axis of rotation at naka-perpendicular doon sa tangential. Kaya nga po normal no? At ito po yun, okay? Directing towards the ang direction is towards the axis of rotation or revolution, okay? Ang formula po niyan ay ito po, okay? Radius times the square of the angular speed. Okay? Now considering these two accelerations, okay, and by doing the resolution of vectors, okay, ito po yung total acceleration or the resultant acceleration. We can call it resultant or simply the total acceleration A. Okay? At if you can see, no, dahil ito po ay parang ito yung mga triangle, we can do Pythagorean to compute for the scalar value nito pong acceleration A. So, kunin natin yung tangential square plus kunin natin yung normal acceleration square and then square root. Okay? Yun na po ang total acceleration. And for that, meron po tayong example. The wheel of radius r is rolling without slipping. Okay? At the instant shown, its angular velocity and angular acceleration are W and alpha, both clockwise. So, ito po yun, meron tayong wheel with radius r, tapos umiikot. Okay? Determine the acceleration vector of point A. So, ito yung point A. Ang nasa choices po ay may I, J. Okay, kasi naka 2D tayo. So, ang kailangan natin dito, malaman natin yung components ng acceleration ni A. Yung acceleration ni A along y-axis at yung acceleration ni A along x-axis. So, paano po yan? Ganito po, no? Una sa lahat, dahil ito pong wheel natin ay dalawa po kasi yung motion nitong wheel na to umiikot, rotation, and translation. Remember, pag sinabi pong rolling, umiikot yun tapos gumagalaw din linear, tumatakbo pa kanan. So, considering the rotation muna, okay, ito pong si acceleration A ay unang makikita natin dyan is this one, the tangential one. Okay, at dahil po nandito yung point A, at pag ganun yung ikot, so tangential is always perpendicular to the radius, if this is the radius. Okay, so paano kino-compute yung tangential? Yung po ay radius times alpha or the angular acceleration. Okay? Now, considering also yung rotation, alam natin kapag po every time nagro-rotate ng isang object, lagi po yung merong acceleration na ang direction ay towards the axis of rotation. And that is the normal acceleration. Lagi po yan, basta umiikot Okay, kahit nga po mag-zero yung angular acceleration, basta may angular speed, lagi pong may normal acceleration. Basta umiikot, di po yan nawawala. Basta umiikot, no? At paano yung kinocompute? Yun ay radius times angular speed, W square. Okay, so ito po yung consideration natin, rotation pa lang. But remember, for a rolling body, rolling, gumugulong, ano po yan kombinasyon ng rotation at translation, yung paggalaw niya horizontally. Okay? At dahil yan po ay gumagalaw horizontally, meron din po yung acceleration na isa pa for translation, no? Or for its horizontal motion. And that is equivalent to radius times alpha. Okay? Kasi po, itong center O, gumagalaw po yan pa kanan horizontally. Okay? So, ito yung acceleration along X. Ito yung acceleration along Y. So, kung bubuuhin natin, yung pong mga acceleration along X, itatabi natin sa I. Yung along Y, itatabi natin sa J. Okay? Wala na pong K, I, J, K kasi. Kaso walang K kasi hindi naman po tayo naka 3D. Okay, so, sa along I or along X-axis, we have the normal acceleration and yung RA. So, R alpha plus yung normal, that is RW square. Ito po yun. Okay, horizontally. Okay, plus yung vertical acceleration natin with point A, ito yun, yung tangential nagsosolo. Wala na siyang kasamang iba. So that is R alpha. Yun, R alpha. Now, we can factor out radius dito po sa horizontal component na acceleration. So we have this. Okay, acceleration A is equal to R quantity alpha plus angular speed W square I plus itong vertical component R alpha J. And from choices, that is letter A. Okay, I hope nasundan nyo po yan. Huwag nyo pong kakalimutan. Okay, in kinematics, dalawa po acceleration, may tangential at may normal. Yung normal, basta po umiikot, may angular speed. Kahit zero pa yung angular acceleration, basta may angular speed, W, sigurado pong merong normal acceleration. Okay? I hope nasundan niyo po yon. Pagpalain po kayo ng Panginoon.